Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I've got some electrifying news that's making waves across the NFL, and it's got everything to do with a potential game changer for the Green Bay Packers. Rumors are swirling about a blockbuster trade involving none other than Chris Jones, the Kansas City Chiefs' star defensive tackle, heading to the Packers. And trust me, if this deal goes through, it could be a monumental shift not just for the Packers, but for the entire NFC North and the league as a whole. So here's what's floating around. According to reports from trusted NFL insider Rossini, the Chiefs are willing to part ways with Jones, who's been a dominant force on their defensive line. The trade would send Chris Jones to Green Bay in exchange for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft and a fifth-round pick in 2027. The Chiefs are reportedly motivated by cap relief, as this move would free up around $22 million, which is a significant chunk of change that they could use to retool their roster elsewhere. Now, this isn't just a salary dump. This is about adding a game wrecker to the Packers' defensive line, a guy who's been compared to some of the best disruptors in the league. Chris Jones, for those who might not know, is a beast. He's a nightmare for offensive lines, especially in the interior. Last season, he racked up 45 tackles and 9 sacks, and his PFF grade was a stellar 90. He's a run-stopping machine too, with a run-stop percentage of 92. That's elite. Over his career, Jones has accumulated 80 sacks, and his EPA per snap sits at -0.14, which indicates he's constantly making a difference on the field. When you talk about interior disruptors, Jones is near the top of the league, a true difference maker. Now let's talk about how this might shake out. The Kansas City Chiefs are a bit cautious about losing Jones, but their concerns center around their run defense. Last season, their run defense struggled, and they're looking for ways to patch that up. Jones's departure could create some issues up front, but for the Packers, this is an opportunity. Green Bay's front seven could become an absolute nightmare for opposing offenses. With Jones, the Packers would have a player who can anchor their defensive front, boost their pass rush, and help them become more dominant against the run. What's the impact for Green Bay? Well, the odds are shifting. Bookmakers are now giving the Packers a plus 1,200 chance to win the Super Bowl, up from plus 550 before the rumors started. That's a huge jump, and it shows how much faith the betting markets are placing on this potential move. Commentators and analysts are pointing out that with Jones anchoring the defensive line, the Packers could see a plus 17% increase in their chances of winning the championship this season. That's massive. The team's defense, which has already been improving under the coaching staff, would be taking a major leap forward. And it's not just about adding talent. It's about sending a message to the rest of the league: the Packers mean business. They're not just looking to be playoff contenders. They're eyeing a deep postseason run, maybe even a Super Bowl title. The front line, which has been solid but sometimes inconsistent, would become an elite unit with Jones in the middle. His presence could elevate the entire defense, forcing offenses to double-team him or scheme around him, opening up opportunities for other players like Rashan Gary, Preston Smith, and others to get after the quarterback. Now, some might wonder about the cost. Trading a third-round pick in 2026 and a fifth-rounder in 2027 might seem steep, but in today's NFL, you often have to give up some assets to acquire a difference-maker. Plus, the Packers have been building a roster with an eye toward contention, and acquiring a player like Jones could be the final piece that turns a good defense into a great one. The team's front four, with Jones at the heart, could be the best in the league. Imagine the pressure they could generate, the turnovers they could force, and the way they could control the game from the trenches. The Packers' front has been a key area of focus this offseason, and many fans have been optimistic about their internal development, especially with players like Kenny Clark anchoring the interior. But bringing in Chris Jones would take that to a whole new level. The team could shift to an even more aggressive scheme, utilizing their pass rushers and run stoppers to keep opposing offenses guessing. It's a bold move, but in the NFL, bold moves sometimes pay off big time. Looking at the division, this could be a real game changer. The Vikings and Lions are formidable, but adding Jones to the Packers' already talented front could tilt the balance of power. The NFC North might see a new king emerge, and Green Bay's defense could be the key to that crown. Imagine the kind of havoc Jones could wreak in Lambeau Field, helping the Packers close out games and turn close contests into wins. That's the kind of impact a player like him can have. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the trade actually happens, but the signs are pointing in that direction. The Packers' front office has been aggressive this offseason, making moves to bolster their roster, and acquiring a player of Jones's caliber would send a clear message that they're all in on a Super Bowl run. Fans are buzzing, social media is full of speculation, and the excitement in Green Bay is palpable. In terms of the team's season outlook, adding Jones would elevate their defense from good to elite. It would also send a strong message to the rest of the league that the Packers are serious contenders. The coaching staff, led by Matt LaFleur, would have even more options to create mismatches and control the tempo of the game. The defense would become a nightmare for opponents, especially in the playoffs, where interior pressure can be the difference between a win and a loss. So what do you think, Packers fans? Are you ready for this kind of upgrade? Can you imagine the energy, the momentum, and the confidence that this move could bring? It's a bold step, but one that could define the franchise's future for years to come. The NFL is a league of stars, and Chris Jones is one of the brightest. If he ends up in Green Bay, you better believe the entire division will be on notice. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. Remember, in Green Bay, we don't just cheer for a team, we live and breathe this franchise. Every game, every play, every victory is a testament to the passion that runs deep in our veins. Whether this trade goes through or not, the excitement surrounding the Packers this season is undeniable. They're building something special, and with a move like acquiring Chris Jones, they could be on the brink of something truly historic. Stay tuned, Packers fans. The best is yet to come.